Testy, testy, what do we have here? Okay guys, we got rid of that weirdo, the dark guy that was going wee. Alright, anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is going to be an exciting one because I have not done a liquid cooler product test in some time. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to unbox it right now, find out what comes with it. Now this is the Pure Loop 2 FX 360. Okay, and this guy, right off the hop, besides the fact that the older Pure Loop had just a white ring, this one is ARGB and ARGB fans. Now, saying that, when you get ARGB fans with Be Quiet, you're also getting a better fan than what was on the previous model. So we're going to find out what it was like, and we're going to put this up against my data that I have based on every other water cooler I have tested, and we're going to see what this is like. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We have... oh, that's pretty cool. This actually comes with its own light controller in case you do not have the Be Quiet case, like the FX case, for example, and this gives you usability on anything that requires adding to your system or any other brand or case or motherboard. Now, I notice here these screw holes. I think they line up with a solid state, but let's figure it out. Yes, they do. So that means where this mounts, this can mount. So you can put this on, let's say, for example, if you're running the whole FX series from Be Quiet, the trays on the for mounting hard drives on the inside can screw onto this, and boom, it mounts just like a hard drive, keeping it very clean. I like this. This is really cool. Very nice. This must be the hardware. Woo. Let's take a look at what we get in here. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a lot different than the previous version that I have running on my test bench, but it is good to still see what you get. So there's all your fan to radiator screws. Don't make fun of my way of saying radiator. And this is going to have your AMD and Intel hardware, which pretty much sure I have already installed. I may have to put a few pieces on this piece here, but other than that, actually no, I don't think I do. So I won't need to do that. I'm not doing an install video, but if you go back to previous videos, which I can link, you will see this being all done. Okay, so here's where things change. So the Pure Loop came with just the standard Pure Wings, and here we have light wings. But the difference with the light wings is the static pressure, and I believe they're going to have more static pressure. So the goal here is to see if this one can beat other 360 models that I have already reviewed, and this is why I continuously use the exact same system. So you get 3 of these, which you would on any 360. 3 of those, beautiful, beautiful fans. They're solid. Like, everything about these, like, they're just amazing. They're built well. They're quiet, hence the Be Quiet name. But they're good. They're very good. So let's see how it works on a radiator, of course, in this setup, in this situation. So you have your manual for your Pure Loop 2 FX. And now we get to the toy. Also, another thing I want to point out, and I pointed it out in previous videos from Be Quiet, but these are refillable, okay? They actually have a refill hole. Unlike most brands out there that do an AIO, they're sealed, anything goes wrong, you're done, unless you're good at customizing, drilling a hole and plugging it. But Be Quiet even comes with extra liquid, extra cooling liquid to refill the rad if anything was to happen, you know, a few years down the road or whatever the case may be. So let's get this out of here. One of the things, I'm just trying to be very quick with this part because we're going to get into the testing and review. And everything here, right down to the pump, I believe is pretty much the same thing. The look and feel are going to be the same. The difference here is this is going to be ARGB and not just a white hue. That being said, same thing with the radiator, except for the fact that it says Pure Loop 2 FX. So guys, I'm just going to get it all together now and get the test bench over here, and we'll get everything up and going the way we want it, and we'll check the numbers. Okay, before we get to the testing, there's one thing I wanted to point out, and it's something that I thought was really nice about this setup. One, very, very nicely sealed. Like they go together so beautifully. And I say that in every aspect. Like there's no air leak. It's just going to be... They're very strong, they're very sturdy, they're very flat, I guess. And the rubber that you're seeing here is helping big time. So it'll dampen the noise, but it's not lifting the product. So I believe that that's one thing I wanted to point out, was how well built and how well designed this is. This would be their, budget friendly, but better than we would hope the competition in its price ranges. So that's something that I really like about this. They don't compensate when they're building this. And I've always loved the inline pump, making this an actual water block. Okay guys, so one thing I wanted to point out when you're setting up this water cooler is there will be a listing here called RPM. Plug your water block or your pump into this, and then we'll plug the fans and the RGBs and everything into the other parts. So this is something I wanted to point out instead of actually just two. Well, that one doesn't say RPM. So same thing on my head here is just, I'm going to utilize this because it was sent with it and I want to use everything with it. I just wanted to point that out, that RPM should be the water pump. Okay guys, just want to show that the test bench is in operation now. I just did a quick move that to the side because I'm not taking that off. And here we are with it running. Of course, I'm sporting the bequiet orange, and look at the color vibrance. Amazing, which is what I expected. Anyway. Guys, so we've got the results. I mean, there's all margin of error when it comes to the different 64 versus 66 or 67. Now 67 and 64, of course, something like that is a decent amount of thermal reduction, and that is a happiness thing. And what we've noticed is, even though it was cooler on some things, the scores weren't. And I don't know why. It could be that, for example, Cinebench R20 may have gotten some sort of an update that made it a little bit harder to take care of the score would be altered in some way. I'm not sure. If anybody knows about that, just comment below and let me know. But guys, you have to admit, it is really nice looking. It's vibrant. The colors are amazing. They just look proper, whereas some are washed out. This one is very vibrant. I don't know if the camera can really show you that, but amazing. Anyway guys, till next time, maybe everybody should be quiet, and game over.